It's important to have a great career. With the world becoming country. Welcome to Heritage Institute of Hotel and Tourism. One of the most equipped campus. Professionally qualified and experienced lecturers. Practical and hands-on teaching methodology. Agra Campus. Shimla Campus. We have provided lucrative careers to more than 10,000 students worldwide. Excellent rapport with 1,000 plus hotel brands, allied service providers and industry associates.
Namaskar, I am Alka Bharadwaj from Heritage Institute of Hotel and Tourism, Agra and Shimla. And this talk show of hospitality professionals, today we have with us Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Saxena. He is the Additional General Manager and Head of JP Hotel Training Center, Agra. Good afternoon, sir. It's our pleasure to have you on our talk show.
Good afternoon.
Hope you are doing well.
Absolutely.
So, sir, can we start with your introduction first?
Okay. See, I am Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Saxena. I am working as the Additional General Manager, Learning and Development, and Head of JP Hotel Training Center. I did my hotel management from IHM Lucknow in 1992. Post my hotel management, I joined Taj Group as a Taj Group of Hotels as a kitchen management training program, where I served Taj Group of Hotels for 5 years. Then moved to a government job, that is IHM Jodhpur, in 1998. After 2007, I worked there for more than 9 years. Then post that, I joined JP Group of Hotels as a training manager in JP Residency Nana Masuri in 2007. Then I was transferred to JP Vasant Continental and then moved to JP Greens Golf and Spa Resort, which is one of the most luxurious resort in the country. 170 rooms property, closest hotel to the Bodh International Circuit and the Formula One racetrack, and of course 2 golf courses. And then I took a break from JP and then joined IHM Silvassa as a principal. And because you cannot keep yourself apart too long with your family, so JP is my family. So I rejoined JP in August 2013, and till now I'm continuing with that. Regarding my educational qualification, I have done 3 years diploma in hotel management from IHM Lucknow, BSc in hospitality and hotel management administration, that is also from National Council and IGNOU. BCom from Delhi University, MCom Business Administration, Human Resources from Jain Vyas University, MBA Marketing from same university, and PhD also in Human Resources from Jain Vyas Jodhpur University. Followed by 3 courses, short-term courses from IIT Kanpur and IIT Kharagpur, and 3 courses from IIM Bangalore, that is on customer relationship management, strategic management, and essentials of marketing management. And I've authored 5 books and published 17 Scopus Index research papers and UGC approved journals, and of course delivered lecture in more than 40 institutions. So this is all about me, and serving this industry for more than 29 years now. 15 June last month I have completed 29 years in this industry.
So in this session, we will learn a lot from you, sir. It's a pleasure. Seriously, it's a pleasure to have you on our show.
Thank you. Thank you. Same here also.
Sir, long back in 1992, you said that you did your HM in 1992. So, what made you join hospitality at that time?
See, I was basically when I was basically did my 10th from science stream, but I was not
Okay.
a very good scorer. So I just stood second division marks. So I told my father that I want to go for a commerce graduation, commerce student. So I joined 10 plus 2 with the commerce, and because I know that since I have taken my stream on my own, so I have to excel in that commerce. So in 1989, when I passed my 12th, my rank was 7th in the entire UP. That time, so after that, because CA was pursued after graduation, so I thought I should go for an ICWA course. And suddenly one day I saw a newspaper ad of Times of India about the joint entrance examination conducted by National Council of Hotel Management. And no one in my family was hotel management background. And suddenly I filled up the form, cleared the interview, written test in the first attempt, went for the psychological testing at IHM Pusa, and then was interviewed by the panel of experts at IHM Pusa and got selected. So this is the way. Let me tell you very frankly, I landed in hotel management program by default. I was the only member in my
Wow.
family who joined hotel management. And 50% of the students join hotel management by default. But trust me, I am so fortunate that I joined this industry, and this industry has given me a lot, whatever I have never thought of. Wherever I would have been, see, this industry give you 24 into 7 air conditioned working environment, neat, clean, meeting with the elite customers, elite guests, and keeping you fit, meeting with also a good human resources. So I never repent on my joining hospitality industry. It is one of the best industry to work for. And I would also like to tell you regarding this industry. This industry has given me everything, everything, whatever I have thought of, right from my position up till the personal belongings, everything this industry has given. And I'm very fortunate and thankful to the industry for providing me such a great career of 29 years, and 8 years are more left. That will also pass with a good, happy mood.
Yes, for sure. Sir, what are the changes that you have seen in the hospitality industry when you joined the industry and nowadays? What are the changes?
Whenever basically before I joined the industry, since that time in 92, the industry was demanding for a technical upgradation, which was not happening. So a lot of manual work was done. But thankful to the COVID, which has forced the industry, if they want to be in the competition, they have to upgrade they have to go for a digitalization. So a lot of digitalization has gone on.
Yeah.
We have never thought of, you will not believe, before the COVID-19, I was addressing in the conference, and I was against artificial intelligence and all that. And basically contactless services. But now after the COVID-19, the things have completely changed. It is now hotels are going for a contactless service. But the one thing is similar, that is the warmth which we used to offer to the guest in 1992, it is the same in spite of becoming so much of digitalization. So thanks to the COVID-19, which has got forced the hospitality industry to go for digital upgradation. And the student, after passing out from their colleges, they will they will be seeing much more of digital upgradation, which we want to see, but it was lacking. Hotels are procrastinating their digital upgradation program because of the budgets and all. But now, to be in the competition, every hotel, they have upgraded their services. They are offering the contactless service, which we never thought of. We were always thinking that it will go like ATG is the best way to welcome a guest. But now, contactless check-in, contactless checkouts happening, and guests are also happy. They are also, so that is the biggest change. Safety and security is not that much concern before when I joined in 92, but now safety, security, hygiene is the prime concern for the guests. So things have changed in terms of safety, security, hygiene, other basic aspects.
Okay, okay, okay. So, sir, now people have started asking questions. Mr. Sumit Saxena is asking, how sternly are we progressive to include laundry applications advanced food safety and kitchen stewarding in the curriculum? Will it be a doable option, and is it necessary to be added for a bright future of hotel management graduate?
See, Sumit, I just want to tell you one thing. Whenever you go for a hotel management studies, you are taught for these four main department, that is housekeeping, front office, food production, and F&B, and basically F&B service. Let me tell you very frankly, the hotel basically the success of hotel to deliver a wow experience to any of the guests comprises of 21 departments. That includes your laundry, that includes your kitchen stewarding department, that includes your finance. If any one department fails, or it doesn't support the four core operational department, the guests will never get a wow experience. So let me tell you very frankly, everyone is being focusing on these four departments like front office, namely food production, housekeeping, and F&B. But no, none of the students are focusing on these other 17 allied departments which support the operation. So, when you talk about the human resource also, why we are taking a simple management graduates in human resources? Why we are taking human resource simple MBA in finance department? The tragedy is that none of the hotel management is interested. And trust me, the day the hotel management student will opt for these departments, there is an ample amount of opportunity. See, we take a student plain MBA, we train them for 6 months to perform. And if we get a same hotel management graduate and with a little bit of finance background, we can train them. He can become a good unit financial controller. Same way with the human resource department. So there are other department, allied department. I think all the students who are listening me right now, you should opt for other core allied department, which are 17 department, which supports the operation. And trust me, because hotel managements are not available, they will be filled by the regular graduates. So there is laundry is a key aspect in housekeeping department. People has a perception, I will not work in laundry because it's a menial job. Kitchen stewarding is a very menial job, I am not going to work. But trust me, one of my student of my own hotel management college, he joined 8 years back the kitchen stewarding department, and today he is the head of the department of kitchen stewarding. You can never become a head of the department with a certain short span of time in front of his food production or F&B or any other department, operational department. But he is. So there is ample amount of career opportunities. Only thing is you have to explore that. And whatever the untouched department by the hotel management graduate, they should also opt for, so that we can eliminate the simple plain graduates and MBAs, and we can fill up with the hotel management graduates in these departments.
So can you please give tips to students that how they can choose these other departments?
See,
like how they will prepare for that?
Yes. See, understanding that, let me tell you very frankly, hotel industry is not like a rocket science. You have to understand the formulas and mathematics. There is no formula, there is no mathematics. All the department which are existing in our hotel is already existing in our home also. So what are the basic functions to understand that correlate to your home as a hotel? Like for example, if some guest is visiting your house, you are going to welcome with a smile. That is what it is the role of a front office. If you offer him a tea or coffee, that is the role of a food and beverage service. If you offer him 2-3 dishes cooked by your mother, that is the role of a food production. If you offer him a comfortable environment, that is the role of a housekeeping. Now, after this, all these things, if you go for a cleaning of utensils, that is the role of a kitchen stewarding department. Food can never be cooked unless it is being purchased from the market. That is the role of purchase department. And whatever the quantity you purchase, you keep it in your store. That is a F&B controls department, stores department. So we wash our clothes also with hand and with washing machine. So that is what we call a sophisticated word in the hotel industry is a laundry. So all the department basically existing in, you have to find a knack in whichever the department is closely related to. And you will not believe, like for example, horticulture. I have seen none of the houses, they must be having simple plant or a simple plant of tulsi also in that home. And they nurture it with the water and churning of the soils just to maintain the greenery and the life of that plant. That is the horticulture department. We close our doors and we lock our door before going to sleep, so that unwanted guests should never enter into a house. or we check whenever anyone else, unwanted people ring the bell and we check about the identity. That is the security department. So you have to find a knack in whatever the department, along with the core department, and a knack in the other department. Which department do you like? Whether you like security is more important, then you can opt for the security department. If you are fascinated toward the plant and flora and fauna, so you can go for a horticulture department. So you have to identify your knack. You have to identify your interest. Along with the core department, you can also opt for these departments, because these core departments, there is a lot of competition. Every hotel management graduate, they've been teaching about these 4 departments, forgetting about the rest 17 departments. So focus on the 17 departments, and you can find out whichever department interests you, you can join. The best department is the, like for example, purchase. Why? What is the need of getting a simple MBA who has zero, not having any background of hotel management? If a hotel management with a simple knowledge of diploma or degree in purchase can very easily take a position of a purchase manager in a hotel. So, and it's a very challenging. It is more challenging than an operation. Every day you are introducing new product in your organization. Every day you are negotiating with different vendors. So there are a lot of opportunities. So you have to find out the opportunity, you have to find out your interest. And let me tell you very frankly, stop running after the 4 core department, because 4 core department is very competitive. Run for the department which are untouched by the hotel management graduates, and that will give you a growth in your career.
Thank you so much for guiding our students. Sir, Ashutosh Singh is asking a question. Yes. How I can become a manager in cruise? And how can I get job in cruise? What can I do?
Okay, very good question. See, cruise and hotel are basically, you have to think about cruise will pay you money, very good money in advance as early, but hotel will pay you a lesser salary. So money wise, cruise is always be beneficial. But you have to understand one very important thing, that if you first do a job in 2 or 3 years in a hotel industry, then move to a cruise, because cruise is not a very, if you spend 2-3 years in cruise line, so hotel, it will very difficult, you can be taken by the hotels. And if you work for 2-3 years in a hotel industry, then move on to the cruise and then back to the hotel industry, it will be an easier career path. So don't start away jumping to after completion of course to the cruise. They will pay you, no doubt. Hotel will never match the salary what the cruise line will pay you. But if you really want to stabilize your career in hospitality industry, especially in hotel industry, first work for 2-3 years in hotel industry, then opt for a cruise line, and then you can move on. You can return back after spending 5-6 years earning good money, making your own house and all the luxuries, and then you can step and stay a healthy life in the hotel industry. That is what the best I can say. Don't after passing out straight away rush to the cruise line, because if you spend 2-3 years in the cruise at the start, none of the hotel will take you in operations. That is very clear.
Okay, thank you so much, Ashutosh. I think now sir have cleared all your doubts. And next question is from Mayank. How can I start my career in sales and marketing in hotel after completing this degree?
See, my biggest question is, how many people think they are a salesperson? Sales ability, everyone is having a sales ability. You know, I have sold my qualification to the management. I have sold myself. I know this, I know this, I know this. This is my qualification. Management thought that no, he is my at par. He matches my qualification, his requirement, and they have taken. See, entering a sales is not a very difficult in the hotel industry. Again, I am saying people are not opting for these departments. Sales. What do you understand by sales? For example, if you construct a new house and what will be your priority, and you have kept a puja of Grah Pravesh. So what you will do? You will call all the guests and show your house, and in anticipation that they will say, wow, what a great house we have. I have never seen this house. So same way we call the guests from outside and we show the hotel, and so that guests should go back and say that this is the best hotel which I have never seen between. So this is the same thing which you have to do in the sales. And the second is marketing. See, we all the departments which are there in the hotel, they are already there in the houses also. I have already showed you. Why we put the nameplate outside our houses? Just to market ourselves that this person is staying in this house. Same way is putting the billboard and hoardings in the public areas and location. So the guests should come. So that, see, it is very easy. Only thing is you should have a knack of dealing with the customer. You should have a knack how to deal with the guests. And hotels are looking forward to welcome the hospitality 3-year graduate hotel management student to join sales and marketing, because it's not a very difficult. Only thing is, but remember one thing, it is not an easy task, because in product selling and service selling there is two very different things. Product selling is basically a change of ownership which is happening, but in service it is the intangible, which is the experience which you are selling. So experience selling is very difficult to sell. But once you are confident, so what you do, you should do. Whichever hotel or department, in whichever hotel you are interested to join the sales, have a proper in-depth knowledge about that. Unless or until you are having a thorough knowledge about your product, you will never sell. Because you have to show, because service selling is intangibility. You cannot show to the guest. It is an experience selling. And it cannot be inseparability also. Or moreover, it is heterogeneity also. So selling is, experience selling is not that easy, but trust me, if, like for example, the best hospitality mantra is, you treat the guests you want to be treated yourself. So whatever the information you should know from when you are going for a booking, same information you provide to the guest, you will do the wonders. So there is ample opportunity, again I am repeating, in sales and marketing. Only thing is you should know about the basics of sales. What is sales? What is marketing? Sales and marketing are the two terms synonymously. We use it together, but these are two different aspects. Marketing is basically promoting your brand through hoardings, through flex holdings, through boards. You must be seeing JP Hotel is 5 kilometers away from expressway, or hoarding, a lot of hoardings and banners and putting the name outside the hotel. But selling is basically showcasing your property. And for showcasing your property, you should have a thorough knowledge about your product. And if you develop that, it is the one of the fast. And let me tell you very frankly, I have seen sales manager, 8 years experience in the hospitality industry, they are heading the sales department. So there is a tremendous, only thing is you should have a knack of dealing with the guests and customers. You should know how, you should learn the basics of customer relationship management. Study the customer relationship management, how to retain the customer. See, today, customer is all about, business is all about relationship. So if you have a knack of developing relationship with the guest, you can do wonders in sales and marketing. So study some few short courses of customer relationship management. Online courses are available and you can opt for that department. It is one of the fastest growing and the best, and money wise also, it is very lucrative, very rewarding department. You can earn as much as you can.
Yes. So, sir, next question is from Anwar Hussain. He is asking, sir, what is the most important thing, change or add something in front office department during the check-in procedure in COVID-19?
See, COVID-19, COVID-19, I take it as everyone has heard about AC is and BC. BC is before Christ and AC is after Christ. Everyone. So I take it as AC and BC is after Corona and before Corona.
Okay.
So after Corona, we have seen AC. We have seen lots of changes. We have never thought of, like for example, ATG has been totally banned. It is totally gone. Welcome drink, which we used to offer, is of juices, teas, and now we are offering them a very nutritive, like for the immunity booster drinks, like coconut water and all, packed coconut waters. And before there was no basically partition of the reception desks or check-in desk. Now we have a glass partition. But I understand that we are maintaining a social distancing. We are taking a disclaimer from the guests, but in spite of keeping the warmth alive. So there are a lot of changes. There is being a wall which has been created between the check-in counter and the guest. There's a social distancing which we have to maintain. We have to follow the COVID-19 protocols. We have to take the disclaimer from the guest related that he has not been visited. He has not visited earlier any COVID related areas, or in his family no one is suffering from COVID disease. And basically when guest is checking in, initially we don't have any do's and don'ts for the guest, but now we have COVID-19 protocol do's and don'ts. Like for example, if the guest avoid unnecessary movement in the hotel, wearing a mask is mandatory, frequent sanitization is mandatory for the guest. A lot of things. In fact, when we are escorting also, we are doing with the social distancing, maintaining. We are not entering into the guest room and explaining about the facilities to the guests. A lot of changes have been done, and trust me, these changes have been very positively taken by the guests. They also know that they also want minimum interaction with the staff, and so these are the things. But recently we have started one campaign that all our employees or all our basically the team members have to get the COVID shot vaccination. So we as a hotel are 100%, all the employees are 100% vaccinated. So one thing is very assured that if you are joining the front office department, or you're looking for the opening, first of all, please take both the doses of COVID vaccine, and carry the certificate. At the time of interview, you will be given a privilege. A lot of changes is taken in the front desk, contactless services. But understand that the mantra is always that though we are maintaining a contactless service, but we want has also always have to be there. So we are now smiling under the mask also. So that is what we are doing. But guest is also understanding these, and guests are appreciating.
That's great. So next question is from Abhishek Singh. He is asking about abroad jobs, that how to apply for it, how to prepare for it.
See, going abroad, it will be a difficult initial right now because of the COVID-19. There are a lot of bans and restrictions. International flight is also not basically having. So what I request you that first work in a hospitality industry. Even as a hotel also, we are not focusing on foreign FITs, foreign individual travelers. We are focusing on domestic individual travelers, because domestic business itself is so huge. And why to go abroad? Because you have an ample opportunity itself in your country. Only thing is just you have to get explored. Because and if you're really interested to go abroad, the best thing is the toughest study or the toughest work culture is in India. So if you are exposed to the tough life, initial career of your 3 years to 5 years, you can be very easily successful abroad, because abroad the life is very simple. So see the hardship of Indian hospitality industry for first 3 years, and then you can go for, because that will strengthen your root. Because see, foreigner never work for more than 80 hours or 6 hours, but we as a hospitality, we work for 12 hours to 14 hours a day. And if we work so that is a cakewalk when we go to the foreign countries. So please understand that if you're really interested to work in foreign countries, work for at least 3 years in Indian hospitality industry, any hotel, burn yourself with hard work, gain experience, and trust me, when you go to abroad, you'll find that it's a cakewalk in your foreign country, because you have never seen such a less amount of work. And preparation is basically you have to go for elite test, you have to go for a graduate hospital test also, GTT. There are a lot of other available on material on net, how to basically approach to UK, and there are every parameters. So you have to go to a consultant, hire a good consultant. See, there are a lot of consultants which are available, fake consultant also. So select those consultants which are approved by Ministry of Tourism and Ministry of Home. Only approach those consultants and consult what are the formalities. You have to clear little test also, and then you can very easily go for. But I suggest you that first experience 3 years of Indian hospitality, and trust me, if you spend 3 years in Indian hospitality, it will be a cakewalk whichever country you go in after that.
Thank you so much, sir. And sir, please tell the students more about learning and development section. What is the task of the people who work in this section, and what are the qualities needed in a person?
In this, can you again repeat, please?
Learning and development.
Okay, in the department?
Yes. What are the qualities of a person who is working in this department, and what is the task?
Okay. See, the biggest task is learning and development department that you have to continuously learn yourself. So the learning never stops. Learning only stops, especially learning and development department, at the last breath of your life. So you have to be continuously go for a learning and development department. Keep yourself upgraded, whatever the latest which is happening. I was just asking. I was just before this session, I was conducting a session for the industrial trainees who have joined today itself.
Okay.
I was just asking one question. What is the average spending of on your every student on social media like WhatsApp or basically Facebook and all, Instagram? Trust me, the average spending of the class was 4 to 5 hours every day. My next question was the student was that what you gain. So the answer was frustration. Then what is basically, and trust me, there was a research which is done in Harvard Business Review, that if you study half an hour a day, 5 years consecutively, 365 days, 5 years, you will be the spokesperson of that particular subject.
Yes.
So what I suggest to all the students, especially in this learning and development department also, so you have to upgrade yourself. I'm not asking for half an hour. Spend just 15 minutes on Google and everything is on your hand. Entire world is on your hand. Spend 15 minutes on a particular subject which you are interested. And trust me, after 5 years, you will be the spokesperson on that particular subject. And now you have to analyze. Wasting of 5 hours on social media. I am also on social media. I'm not against social media. But you have to restrict yourself. You have to be more productive on social media. So learning and development department, it is continuous upgradation of a knowledge is very, very important. Number 2 is patience, which is very, very important because a lot of different attitude. You have to adjust yourself. You have to keep yourself calm. And one very important thing, all the learning managers department have to be very humble in nature. Like a tree which is loaded with a lot of fruits. Because if the learning and development department, because the front office manager is only handling front office team, F&B manager is only handling front office, but the learning and development department, the entire employee who is working in a hotel is his baby or his kids. So he has to be more patient. He has to be more just like a fruitful tree. So he has to be very humble in nature speaking, and he should always focus on developing of the employees, keeping the interest of the company along with the interest of the individuals also. So he has to focus on two very important things: the growth of the organization, and of course the growth of the individual should be equally important, given importance in the industry. So it is a very challenging task. So one very important thing one have to understand. So continuously upgradation of knowledge and basically having patience and of course keeping yourself calm. That is the key aspect in learning and development department.
Okay. Sir, I do not remember the name of a student. This was the question asked in my last session. The question was, what are the scopes of PhD in hotel management? So can you please answer the question?
See, PhD in hotel management, it is when there is a myth that if I am working, I don't get a time. Trust me, all my educations of 29, of whatever the education I have achieved, I have done during my job only. So there is an ample amount of people are going for the research. People are going for a lot of PhD program. So what you have to do, you have to first decide, you have to first do the post-graduation and in hospitality, and then followed by a PhD in hospitality industry. You can pick up any topic according to your choice, which has not been touched. You can Google it out. Okay, and then you have to write out why you want to do this PhD. You have to find out the gap analysis. What you want to do and what is the reason of doing this. So after identifying the gap, then you can submit your proposal, and then you can find out any university, and then you can send your proposal, and if it is approved, so you will be enrolled for the PhD. PhD degree is very helpful in teaching right now, because as per the UGC norms, I think 1st June 2021, No one is allowed to join as an assistant professor also in the university if he is not a PhD. So higher education is very, very important. And trust me, in India, why America and China, they are more ahead in terms of research, because as a mentors, we have also as a understand that we should encourage the PhD holders. Whenever PhD holder go for collection of any data, the first the respondent will say how I will be benefited for that respondent, or they don't take it very seriously. So please understand that you have to, while selecting your PhD topic, you ensure that you should get a respondent properly. They should support you, and you should then only you will able to get a actual data which can be very useful in your own academic work and for the industry also. So doing a PhD, it's very basically we should one go for doing a PhD. But before doing that, we have to analyze what are the pros and cons, what are the topic you want to do, why you want to do that. You have to identify the gap analysis, then prepare your own objective, and then you can register for your PhD program.
Okay. Sir, while explaining about learning and development program, you said few words about attitude. So can you please give tips to the students to build a positive attitude?
See, I just like to, because most of the hospitality students will be listening me. First, clear concept, make yourself understand that we are born to serve. The day you understand this, make this concept in your mind, embroider this concept in your mind that we are born to serve, you will never have. Because see, there is no training program. There are very three important things. One is knowledge, one is skill, and other one is attitude. Knowledge can be imparted, skill can be improved, but attitude can never be changed because of the training. So it is a self-belief. Always have a positive attitude, never speak negative. And if you have a positive attitude that in all the tasks are equal for me, whether it's a cleaning of washroom, cleaning of WC, or picking up a soil plate, that is an attitude which is required. Or if a guest is moving out with his baggage, I should offer him assistance. Even I do that as a general manager. Let me tell you. So there, you have to have a positive attitude, and you should not be thinking about that this is not my task. So that is where attitude plays. And trust me, if you have a service attitude, we are born to serve. We serve our parents, we serve our family. So why to, and when we serve a God also, so guest is a God. So why to hesitate? So understand that you have to have a humbleness, attitude, down to earth attitude, that all the works, there is no menial job in the hotel, all the work I can do. So this is the, if you enter with this attitude, trust me, there you can grow as much as you want. So that is very, very important. So you have to be positive and never think about negative. Never think about negative. Positive attitude always pays a lot. Negative attitude will never. And if you are having a positive attitude, you will be surrounded. You will get a positive people. And if you have a negative, you will feel that your surrounding will be negative. So I always say to all my students, always have a positive attitude. Always have a basically zeal or passion to serve. And there is no menial task, right from cleaning of WC up till cleaning of soil plate or picking the soil plate. There is no menial task. For a hotel, every employee, for a guest, every employee, whether it's a general manager or a HOD, is an hotel employee. Guest does not know what is the hierarchy you are following. For him, it is at par. So that attitude you have to enter in a hotel industry.
Okay. And so my last question to you is, see, in this time of changing hospitality trends, few of our students are passing out this year. So what are the suggestions to them?
Very good question. I think this was this was the question. If you have not asked, I would have given this reply. It is a curiosity of among all the students that what happened. Let me tell you very frankly, COVID-19 basically has contracted the hotel budget. The COVID-19 has impacted the financial position of all the hotels, especially hospitality industry, and GDP has gone down in terms of tourism contribution. Employment ratio has gone down. People are getting a lot. So what the hotels are doing? Hotels are focusing on domestic tourism to meet up two basic expenditure. One is a manpower expenditure, and another one is a operational expenditures. Because they don't want to basically underpay their manpower. So what the hotels are looking forward for, I suggest to all the students that you should don't be focused on becoming a specialist. Like for example, I am good in kitchen, sir. I only know kitchen. That will you will never get a job. So what you, as a COVID-19 after the COVID-19 era, you have to be a multi specialist. If not kitchen, you should be equally good in house F&B. Vice versa, if you go in interest in front office, if you get an opportunity to go get work in housekeeping, please do that. Have a proper knowledge because the time has come. COVID-19 is that you should understand the basically understand the importance because hotels are looking for multi specialists, not a specialist.
Yes.
Multi-skilling is the requirement after the COVID-19. So focus on all the department, whichever department is you apply for. If there is no vacancy, switch over to the other department. That is what. But after 5-10 years, you will be a specialist in a particular department. But at the initial level, at the joining level, you cannot call yourself as a specialist. You don't be a specialist. Now, very important thing, what to do, how to do a multi-skilling. The very important thing is focus on all, whatever the webinars which are happening, please understand that people are saying there is no outcome of the webinars. Let me tell you very frankly, I am totally against this because even a single point, if you take it from the webinar, that is a fruitful webinar. Attend as much as you can. Focus on your basics because right now you are getting ample opportunity because classes are going online. So you are getting enough time to strengthen your basics because hotel people are looking for the basic knowledge. They are not going to go for check your advanced knowledge. They are not going to check your practical knowledge. I've been interviewing many students, more than 2,000, 3,000 students every year. So when you check your technical knowledge, they say my technical is so, but I'm very good in working. Trust me, all the students who are listening to me right now, you have to understand that first you will facing the interview, then except food production, your technical will never, your job knowledge, your technical knowledge will never be checked, except in food production department. So first you have to clear the interview. An interview can only be cleared because of your knowledge of basics. So you have to strengthen your basics. Improve your communication skill. Focus on your grooming, which is very, very important. Now, how to focus on your grooming? I've seen many students, see, they are wearing, when they go for the interview, they wear the same shirt and tie and trousers which they used to wear regular. I always say, student, please because it's a your parents, don't keep a burden to your parents unless until you start earning. Purchase one shirt, one trouser, one tie for your interview purpose. Don't wear it on a regular basis. And whenever you go, so that it should basically feel freshness. Right? So focus on your grooming. Focus on your stamina. If you get a time, if you like to go for a gym, please go that. Because hospitality industry is all about building of the stamina. So you have to build your stamina. Attend online courses and study upgrade yourself on the COVID-19 protocols. Because see, I also want the other institutions also that they should certify 3-4 modules. They should make it compulsory and certify these students. Like for example, good personal hygiene, respiratory etiquettes, basics of basically contagious diseases, importance of social distancing with the guests. So these are 5-6 modules. They should certify that so that when the students are approaching to the hotel for the job, they can say that, see, I am holding the certificate of these 5 basic modules, and which is the need of the hospitality. So they will get a preference. So students, please understand that. Work on your basics, work on your grooming, work on your communication skill, attend as much as you can, attend online courses. We are getting ample amount of time, opportunity. Develop on your hobbies. You will never get a time to develop like this. And trust me, I'm seeing the prediction. By October, November, December last year, and January, in fact, February this year, we did a very good business. But because the second wave, March, April, May was hit. But since the June, which we are opening, every day the entire hotel inventory in Agra, they have achieved a sale of more than 50 crores if we club all the hotels. So, and you as a student, you have a very bright future, because I am anticipating the hotel demand will rise after October in such a way that we will never able to get the manpower. which we have never seen the business like that, which we are going to get in the month of October, November, because everyone is seated at home. They want to take the revenge. They want to go outside and spend the money. Even one day I was discussing with my family, my kids were also saying, Papa, let's go outside somewhere. Since we have been blocked in houses and no movement since 2 years. So everyone is having the same feeling. I did a research also, and I found that people are looking for, once the COVID-19, when the 80% vaccination will be there will be flood out. You can see there is a traffic jam in Kullu, Manali and Shimla.
Yes.
Because people are standing. So you have a very, very bright future. But the only thing is future for those who are multi-skilled, who have invested this time of COVID-19 for their own development, who have brushed up their basics of hospitality, and for them it's a golden period. But those who have just enjoyed the time of COVID-19, for them there will be no opportunity. I'm sorry to say that, but still those people who have not taken it seriously, still we have 2-3 months to go. October is just 2 months ahead. So you can still work on. You are still not too late that you cannot get a job. So work on these skills, get yourself certified, attend online courses, and these are the only way to get a job in the hospitality industry.
Thank you so much, sir, for this informative session. And seriously, our students have learned a lot from you. And what I have learned, that we are born to serve.
Yes.
We are born to serve. Thank you so much for your time. Take care.
Thank you, Alka. Thank you. God bless the entire team I must congratulate the entire team of Heritage Institute for doing great hospitality, teaching the hospitality and taking this hospitality industry to a new niche in terms of education. My best wishes to Heritage Institute of Hotel Management and the entire team of hotel management. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. But without your support, we will not be doing this much what we are doing today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.